Hey everyone, so tonight I'm going to make for you a spinach artichoke potato casserole. And I know when I heard it I thought, ugh, but the more I've thought about it, it sounds like mashed potatoes meets spinach artichoke dip, and that might not be a bad thing. So we're going to give it a whirl and we're going to try it. So first off, I've had 3 potatoes here in the microwave, and all I did was I rinsed the skins off, and I put them in this potato bag that a friend made me a long time ago. When I microwave potatoes, I don't think they do as well as far as cooking unless I have them in this bag. And it says to get them very tender. So they seem to be tender. I'm gonna let them cool for a minute, and we're gonna work on the spinach part of it. Carly, if you can follow me over here. So you can definitely use fresh spinach. I think it was 2 cups of it. I'm going to use the box of frozen spinach because that's really, it's going to be easier. It's going to be more economical in the long run because it's already chopped up. So I have already I put my spinach, excuse me, in this towel here. You want to use a clean towel when you do this, obviously. And because it's frozen, it's got a lot of water in it. So we're going to squeeze that out. And I've already been squeezing, but you can see this has a lot of juice left. Because if you have too much of that juice, it's going to make whatever you're making, whether it be dip or this casserole or whatever, really, really loosey-goosey. So I think I've got most of it out now. But I just wanted to show you that because I was squeezing that and it's like, dang, that's a lot of juice. And this isn't pre-cooked. This is just straight from the box. Okay. So now I have all this chopped spinach. That work's already been done for me. I don't have to worry about it. So next we're going to move down here to this end. I'm going to set this right here. We're going to be using our stand mixer tonight, guys. So this is the scraping beater that goes with it. There is also a whip beater and a knead beater. And I have them in my KitchenAid ones all mixed up here. So I'm just going to put this one on. Let's see here. And I'm going to give those potatoes a few more minutes to cool. But I am going to show you another thing that I've gotten. In our new fall product line, we have the nesting trivet set. And at first I wasn't thinking I really needed that, but then I got to thinking about it. And I always have my spoon rest on the counter, but I use my electrics, my air fryer, my mixer, and my quick cooker. And I thought, you know, I'm going to get that, and that way I can put one of these over beside each electric, and I'll have them whenever I need them. So we're probably just going to end up using the small one this evening. My recipe's got away from me here. Okay, this is the deluxe cheese grater. And on one side, it's got the fine grater, like for grating Parmesan, and on the other it does more of these coarser type shreds. So I already started grating some of our cheese to make it go a little quicker. Now you can use the safety feature that it has. I almost never do, but just because I feel like it doesn't do as well for me to sit that in there and push it, but what it's designed for is to keep you from getting your fingers close to that blade. And I will say that blade is very sharp. But just holding it here and going up and down, I feel like that's, I mean, I can do it. Let me turn this around. I dropped a piece of cheese a minute ago off the grater. My dog's having a party down here on it. And the reason why you want to use freshly grated cheese for any recipe you do You can use the bag kind, but it has an additive in it to keep it from sticking together as it's in the refrigerator. And that additive sometimes keeps your foods, it doesn't melt the cheese as well, or it keeps the cheese from melting as well, I guess I should say. So, I'm going to sit that over there with its cover. Now, another nice little feature of the deluxe adjustable grater is these actually do come apart. Let's see. I don't remember how I did that one day. Oh, you have to have this little arrow lined up. So you could actually grate this over a bowl if you want to. All right, so we've got our cheese grated. Next, we're only going to use half of this block of Philadelphia cream cheese. So, if I don't get this recipe underway, my cheese is going to disappear. Okay. One thing I'm not sure about with this recipe is it does not say to remove the peeling from the potato, and I would think you would, but maybe by the time it's mixed it doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm going to grab my knife. So we're only going to use 4 ounces, which is half of this. So I'm just going to wrap the rest of this back up. And we will save that for another recipe. Okay. Parmesan cheese. I do have some of that already grated. Usually when I have a recipe that uses it, I grate up quite a bit. We're going to use half of a cup. Here I have our stainless steel measuring cup. And if you've not seen these before, inside, well, even on the outside, they have the little lines that tell you the different measurements. So it starts with 1/4, 1/3, 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, and then all the way to the top is going to be a cup. So we need half a cup. I need this to be pretty much to that third line there. Yeah. So that's about there. We are going to use a tablespoon of our garlic Parmesan seasoning, and I ran out of mine in the container, so I got out one of my nice little Taste Buds bags. So if you're not familiar with Taste Buds, Taste Buds is our subscription service. What did I say we need? A tablespoon. And you can get that month to month, or 3 months, or 6 months. Now we actually have a deal going on that this month, and there's a code for it. I will try to put that in our party later. But when you use that code, I think it's 25% off. Normally that knocks it down to, I think, $18 or $19 for the 1 month. But I think you only get that if you do a multiple month subscription, like a 3 month or 6 months. So 3 months is $60. So I'm not sure what that brings that down to at 25%. And then the other one is over 100, but that's going to bring that one down too. Okay, so artichokes. And I'm going to have to go back to the sink, but I'm going to use our nice little can strainer. Pop that over the top. And drain that. I'll just leave that in the sink. So then we are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to eyeball what I think a 1/2 teaspoon of salt is and add that in with my garlic Parmesan seasoning here. That's probably about right. Okay, so our potatoes are supposed to be cut into smaller pieces. I'm going to go ahead and leave the peel on because it doesn't say to take it off, but I would think that it might be better to take it off. But well, that is definitely nice and soft, so there won't be any problems with mixing that. There went a potato. We'll just get rid of that. We won't miss that one little bit. Okay, so back over here at our stand mixer, I'm just going to turn the camera this way. So I'm going to put in our potato, our cream cheese, and this is our flexible cutting mat, by the way, that I was doing all this on. And I did it that way because then I can turn around and knock this stuff right off in here. And basically at this point, all we're doing is just putting our ingredients in. There's our artichokes, our spinach. It's gonna drive me crazy having that cream cheese on my finger. I'm gonna get my mix and scrape here. Put our spinach in. Carly, will you get me some sour cream out of the fridge? We'll put our garlic Parmesan seasoning and salt in. That cheese I grated, we need 2 cups. Does this have measurements on it? I was thinking it did. It does. And I think that is, well, that's going to have to be 2 cups because that's what I bought. So we're going to, actually, you know what? We need to save half of it for on top. And I think I was supposed to do that with the Parmesan too, but that's okay. All our Parmesan will be, well, no. We'll put some there, put some in here. And then the sour cream or Greek yogurt, either one, guys, will work. So I'm back to my stainless steel scoop again. Let's see, get that little bit of spinach off. All right, that's pretty much 1/4 cup. I have everything. Yes, I do. All right. So we are going to lower this down. I'm going to push this little button back here in the back. Carly, can you? Right down here at the bottom to turn this on. We're going to put this on custom. No, we're going to set it to mix for 2.5 minutes. The good thing with the deluxe stand mixer, guys, we already have presets. If you put it on custom, it will start counting up however many minutes it's mixing for. You can go down to knead for bread, beat, mix. Mix is already set at 2.5 minutes. It also shows you here which attachment you want if you're not unsure. So then we're just going to push this middle button, and then it comes up and the time beat. So you can adjust this dial up or down to adjust your time. And at this point, you can walk away from this. I don't have anything else to do at the moment, so I'm just going to stand right here and babysit it. I guess I could show you we are going to use, let me just go ahead and turn you a bit. We are going to go back to using our Brilliance bakeware again tonight. I'm back with my square one. I think if you wanted to double this recipe, you could probably put it in the 9x13 here. And the good thing about the Brilliance bakeware is it's non-stick. It matches our Brilliance cookware. It's that beautiful blue color. Right now we have, right now we have a 6-piece set, which is the square 8x8 baking sheet, the 9x13, or you get the half sheet tray with the rack. Now, there is also another set that is the 2 oblong pans. These are a little bigger than your regular baking pan, and I'm going to be excited to try that. I have started doing sourdough baking, and I'm going to try to make a loaf of bread this weekend. So, let's put this back and get this out. It does not say that we need to grease the pan. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have our oven preheated at 425. We still have 46 minutes here. But that is going to be nice having the trivets next to my different appliances. I like that idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this out when it stops. And we're going to spoon this in here. And we are going to put our Parmesan and white cheddar on top. And this is going to go into the oven, and it's going to bake for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to be done. So, this would be a great make-ahead recipe. I mean, look how easy this is. You're putting it all in your mixer, letting it do the work for you. You're going to put it in your pan. At that point, say you didn't want to have this tonight. You wanted to have it for tomorrow night. You can just pop the lid on, stick it in the fridge, done. And you know, now that it's fall, we're back to our busy schedules. You're going to have some nights that are going to be busier than others. So that's a great thing. Okay. So I am going to get this out here. And this is what this looks like after it's all mixed up. Set that in that bowl. Trying not to make a mess, and usually when I do that, I end up making a mess. Okay. But I didn't realize this was only going to bake for 10 to 15 minutes. That's not too bad. So, that's really an easy and a quick side, guys. That's almost all of it. Okay, so here I go again with my cheese. And the recipe calls for white cheddar. I don't know why you really couldn't use yellow cheddar if you want to. I guess it's just keeping with the white theme. So I'm going to put this in the oven and we will see how this turns out later, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.